everyone, this is Rachel Serino with SDL Cake Pops, a custom cake pop bakery based out of St. Charles, Missouri. Today we have another tutorial for you, and we're going to be making horse cake pops, little horses. We're going to make a girl and a boy. We're going to show you how to do that very simply. I'm going to show you what we are going to use today. Now, we're going to start with cake pop dough, which is cake already broken down and made into the cake pop dough. If you don't have a good recipe or you don't know how to do this, we have a basic video on our channel that shows you how to start from a cake and get it into this dough. So then we got that. We've got some chocolate chips, any kind. You can use semi-sweet, milk, dark chocolate, and we'll show you why, but we are looking for this chocolate chip shape. So we got that. We've got some sprinkles here. And this is what we're going to use to make it make the horse into a little girl horse. We've got just little confetti heart sprinkles right here. They're really cute. They come in multiple colors. And then we've got some regular confetti, so just some round confetti sprinkles right there, and it comes in a variety of colors. For the purpose of this tutorial today, we have picked out two little pink heart-shaped ones and a little round heart-shaped sprinkle for our tutorial. We of course have the lolly sticks, the cake pop sticks, which you can purchase at any craft store or grocery store. We have toothpicks, essential tools in the cake pop making business. So we have a few today. Got some wax paper here to get us all started. We have some edible metallic black paint that we purchased from Rainbow Dust, a UK-based company. Now this is of course a little bit more pricier and is something that we use here in the bakery, but we also have a way of showing you how to make your own edible paint, which we will just kind of tell you about. We will have another video on how to make edible paints in the future. So this is just powdered color, food color, and it's just powder black paint, black color, that we will mix with a little bit of alcohol, or almond extract, lemon extract, and make it into paint. Like I said, we will have a different tutorial on that if you're looking to make your own edible paints at home to decorate your cake pops. And of course, we've just got some really fine paint brushes here that we will paint on some details later. So let's get started. All right, we're here with our cake ball dough, and we're going to shape our horse heads. So we're going to pull out a little ball, about the size of a regular cake ball, whatever, it's about an inch or inch and a half, or you can use a scoop. In this case, we are going to guesstimate it. You don't want your horse heads too big, because then you're going to have trouble dipping it, and it's going to be a little unstable. So here we go with, this is a regular size round cake ball, and we're going to shape it from here. What you want to do is just kind of hold it in your palm, and right down to the middle is just to press it, give it a little indentation right there. So you've got that, and you just want to pull the sides in, just like that, to elongate the front and make the snout of the horse. So you're just pulling that out. You don't want it too tapered, you don't want a pointy nose, but you do want a little bit of a snout going. So you just kind of pull. Think Play-Doh whenever making cake pops. You've got the dough, it's the consistency of Play-Doh, so you're just shaping it to whatever shape you want. And then kind of visualize how it will look once you've all decorated. But yeah, you've got that, the snout right there, and then you're going to just make that indent a little bit more deeper now, bringing it together. You've got a little bit of an adjustment here, and then you're just going to flatten off the top of the head, and this is where the ears are going to go right there. So here we go. With just make it a little bit more of a... Alright, here we go. That's horse number 1, and we're going to do horse number 2 really quickly here. So you get to see how we do it. Again, start with the round ball. Make that indent, shape the snout, And then you just want to work on that indent a little bit more, getting the top of the head. Alright. You just have to use your finger to kind of shape it as you go. Alright, we've got 2 horse heads ready to go. What I didn't mention earlier was this cake ball that we broke down from a cake and mixed frosting and already got this into this big dough ball stage is already refrigerated and chilled. So these 2 horse heads are actually ready to dip. If you were working from a warm cake and making it into a dough ball and then rolling it into your shapes, you would want to cover it with clear wrap and refrigerate it for at least 30 minutes, if not a few hours, and then bringing it out to room temperature so it's a little bit more firm before you dip it. So here we go. We are ready to dip. We'll be right back and we will start our decorating process. Alright, and so now we have, we're going to start decorating our horse. We've got the horse head ready. We're going to attach the ears onto the cake ball before we dip it. And so of course we've got our melted candy melts. For today's purposes we're going to use a white chocolate, or you can use almond bark or white candy melts that you purchase from the local craft store or grocery store. And then we're also going to use a milk chocolate or brown color candy melt. And so we've got that all melted and ready to go. Right now I'm just going to start with the white chocolate here. Got your toothpick handy, and this is where the little chocolate chips come in. They make little handy little ears. So we're just going to dip it into some, the toothpick into some chocolate. Just dab it on one side of the head and attach the ear onto it, the chocolate chip, and that's got that. Now we're going to do the second ear. Same thing on the other side, and you can position the ear however you want this your horse to look. I'm just going to attach that. You want to hold it on and let that set for a minute. We're going to do the second one. Same thing. Just layering on your chocolate, not too much. Set the ear in there. And on this side. Now you've got the ears going. Next we're going to attach the sticks and let it set before we dip. You got your lolly stick. You're going to dip it into the chocolate here. About 1/2 inch. Good coating right there. Not too much. Not too little. And we're going to start at the kind of the back end of the head here where it's a little bit thicker on the cake pop. You just want to hold it and slowly, gently move your stick into the cake pop. And remember, this is a little bit shallower, so you don't want to go too far, because you don't want it penetrating the top of the horse head. We're going to let it set right there. We're going to do the second one. I'm just going to put it in at the end there, all the way in. And then he's ready over there. We're going to set it in our cake pop stand right here. And if you don't have a good cake pop stand, we can leave you in our comments where we found these stands that are made exclusively for cake pops. But of course, for home purposes, a styrofoam block works perfectly fine. All right, we'll be right back and when we're ready to dip, and once all of these chocolate pieces have dried and set onto the stick. All right, we're ready to dip our horse cake pops here. They're all set and dry on the stick on the bottom here and with the ears. And we're going to start with a white chocolate here, white chocolate base. And then we will move on to the milk chocolate base, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So we're just going to grab it, the cake ball, try to hold it as close. This is a little heavy. Again, because of the shape, they're a little different in stability from a round cake pop. So you want to hold them close. Dip them very, very gently into your chocolate, and you want to make sure that your chocolate's not too piping hot or it will melt the chocolate chip ears. So you just dip it gently, and we're going to use the back of the head to tap off our excess chocolate. And in this case, because it's a very, very gentle and more intricate design here, we're not going to shake it too much, and we're not going to bang tap the stick on the side. We're just going to use our hold it really sturdy, and then you just want to use your wrist to tap off the excess as much as you can. And then the other tip you can do is just to gently, just slowly kind of remove excess by tapping it on the side of the rim here. And then you've got it kind of mostly gone. Tap it on the back to settle it and make it smooth, so you've got an all-round smooth horse cake pop. So we're going to set him down, and we're going to work on the second one. Also, we're going to start with the white. Same thing, hold it. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to hold this, right, again, close. Not on the back, but close, so you got stability on your cake pop. Dip it in, let it gently meet the stick, and again on the back, just gonna let it drip off, and then you're gonna tap your wrist to get most of the excess chocolate off here. So gently, you don't want the cake pop bouncing too much. Hold it close to the cake pop. Okay, so keep tapping as much as you can, and we're gonna just gently kind of get some of the excess off on the side of the rim here without shaking the cake pop too much. You got that? We'll settle the back of the head by tapping your wrist. And if you can see, I'm not sure if the camera can capture this, but you've got a little bubble in the back of the head. If you've got a bubble, you can always just kind of gently pop it and settle the chocolate in again so you don't have any more bubbles, because that also causes oil leaks. But this one's ready to go. So we're going to let them sit here and dry just a minute, and we'll be right back to show you how to finish off their snouts and their ears and the eyes and finish. Alright, we have our horse heads all set from the white chocolate, and now I'm going to show you how to decorate the snout of the cake pop, and also just add some little details like patch ears and stuff like that, and then add on the bow. So here we've got our milk chocolate all melted and cool. Now it's important that this chocolate is in a liquid state but cool. It can, if it's really hot or even warmer than lukewarm, what you're going to have is you're going to dip this, and your white chocolate is going to crack. So you want it kind of cool. It's kind of a fine line here. And if you watch my earlier videos, this is one tip that we would share with you. It's always to tap out the bubbles from your pot or your glass. And so I'm just going to tap some bubbles out here from the milk chocolate. That way you don't have a bubbly chocolate and trying to pop holes in them once you've dipped them. So this is going to be our boy horse. And what we're going to do is just angle him face down into the chocolate. You want the chocolate to be level. And I'm just tipping the bowl over so that you can kind of sort of see him here. And we're just going to dip a portion of his snout just like that. And then just leave him in that face down position and tap your wrist to get the excess chocolate off. So as you can see, it's kind of dripping, it's coming off. And I showed you earlier how to do this. Tap it on the side here, just get more of it off. And swirl it. And then I'm just going to tap it backwards this way so you get a smooth finish. And so his snout is done. I'm going to set him down and do the little girl's snout. Same thing. We're going to settle the chocolate, make sure it's level. And we're going to put her snout in. And do the same thing. Shake it off. Tap her. Tap the chocolate, excess chocolate off. Now if you leave it in that state without tapping it down, you're going to have a swirl on her nose, and you don't want that. So now we've got a smoother finish. We're going to let her dry, and I'm going to bring the little boy horse back, and I'm going to show you how to kind of create sort of an eye patch and a ear patch for him here. So you're going to have to use a lolly stick with some chocolate. Just a nice goop here, and you're just going to just smooth it on to the horse. Just all the way around. And cover up his ear. And just keep going around. It's almost like you're coloring with the chocolate. So you're just putting it there and just smoothing it into position. And you want to work quickly because you don't want the chocolate to set on you. Then you won't be able to smooth out any bumps. And you've got a little bit of swirl. Again, you just tap with your wrist to settle it in. And there you go. He's got a bit of a patch going on right there where we'll put his eye. And he's got a brown ear. So I'm going to set him down. And I'm going to bring the little girl horse back. Put this away. I'm going to bring the little girl horse back and show you how to put on her ribbon. Her little bow onto her ear here. We're not going to give her a brown ear, but we're going to give her a little bow. And that's when our little heart sprinkles and the confetti sprinkle will come into play, and our toothpick. Grabbing the white chocolate back here. Alright, we're now ready to put the bow onto the little girl horse. And we just left her playing without the brown ear, but you could if you wanted to. In my case, I don't want to. And what we're going to do is to just have a little, the melted white chocolate here. We're going to use a toothpick to get a little bit of the chocolate. Not too much. You don't want a big goop. You just want a little bit on the stick. Just put a little dab on the side here. Just a little tiny dab. And you're going to pick up one of the heart sprinkles here and attach it to that dab. Just any excess showing, you can just kind of wipe that off. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And put the other heart sprinkle on. Right there. And then we're going to take a third dab and we're just going to put it right in the middle of those two hearts. I need to just touch more here. And use the brown confetti to stick it right in the middle. And there you go. You've got a little bow on your horse with the two heart sprinkles and the confetti. Alright, so we're going to set her aside and we're going to start working on our eyes and nose, and this is where the edible paints come into play. And like I said, we use these black food paints from Rainbow Dust that's been imported from UK, but we will have a separate tutorial for how to make your own paints at home if you're unable to get your hands on this, because they can be fairly expensive to ship and bring into. But if you're interested in them, we can tell you where we got them. So I'm just going to open this. They're ready to go, which is what makes them so great. I'm going to grab the little boy horse, and we're going to just work on little eyes for him. And these are fairly simple. I've got a fine tip paintbrush here. I'm just going to get some of this paint on here. And just two little round circles for eyes right there. And on the other side. Okay, we want to make the eyes as even as possible. And then we've got the eyes going here. Now we just want to do a little nose on the snout. We're just going to do two little elongated ovals here. One like that. And on the other side, just like that. And you've got your little horse right here, and he's ready to go. We'll let that paint dry on the side. We're going to work on the little girl. Now, since she's a little girl, we're going to add a little eyelashes to her eyes. So we're going to start with the basic round. And then we're just going to extend it out a little bit to make eyelashes for her. Like that. And I'm going to do the other side really quickly. Now the trick is to get the eyes looking fairly much the same size. And then we'll get her some eyelashes. Just like that. And same like the little boy, we're going to get a little snout going on to her front here, her nostrils. more. Alright, and there you have it. She's got her eyes on there, her bow, and her little nose on. I'm going to set it aside to dry. And you have your two horse cake pups. A little boy and a little girl. Thank you for joining us today on this tutorial to make horse cake pups. If you have any questions, feel free to leave us a comment on the bottom. And if you like this video, definitely hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, see ya.